Okay, ladies and gents, welcome along to round 8 of FTRL. We're here tonight in Monza in Italy, where controversially we've got a wet qualifying session. So I think all of the hours that the guys have been putting in practicing over the last week has now probably gone out the window. So it should be an interesting one this evening. Joining me in the box tonight I have got Dale, as per normal. Welcome along, mate.
Good evening, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, wherever you are listening.
Probably that's the most delayed response ever, someone saying hello, but we'll roll with it.
Yeah, I was replying to a message.
Yeah, that's cool. All good. So yeah, so wet qualifying in Monza. I think don't think anybody was preparing for that, do you?
No, it's really throwing a spanner into the works, so to say.
Yeah.
Because it's a dead certainty that most of these guys who've got racing tonight, when they've been practicing, they wouldn't have been thinking of a wet qualifying.
No, exactly. Should
So
be a.
it'll be interesting to see if they're running the dry setups for tomorrow.
Yeah. Not too sure. I wonder. Hopefully, it's a dry race. But we shall soon see. We're just riding on board with Chris Bean. He's going to be the first person to set a time. Just coming down the long straight before Ascari. Let's see how he takes it. It's going to be difficult in the wet, nice and conservative corner cut, I reckon. That's an invalidation, I'd imagine, and he's spun. So that's not good to see.
I'm currently running on board with Tezza right now, and he just took that second chicane as if it was dry. He seemed like he did not care one bit about that second Lesmo now though. And he's heading down the exact same straight Chris Green was, down the second DRS straight off whichever you to call it, heading towards the sky, onto the podium, goes fast 1:30.793. It'll be interesting to see what type of form Tezza, Scuba and Stim are all in tonight as well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, at the moment, onto the podium's 1.6 seconds clear, so that's certainly a very good banker time for him. We've got Rich and Raikkonen both sitting mid 132s. Tezza's come around the final corner now, around Parabolica, and crosses the line and goes second, 131.6. So he's certainly got a gap to Rich down in third place. Good lap there from Tezza. Certainly good to see. Scuba's gone, wow, he's a lot slower than onto the podium. So we shall see. One man I'm keeping my eye on tonight, sorry to interrupt you mate, is Raver's Revenge in his Toro Rosso. Very, very strong around Italy. So I think he would have preferred a dry qualifying, but nevertheless, if he can qualify well, I think, providing all goes well, touch wood, that he will have a good solid race tonight. He's my surprise pick for the day, I'm going to call it.
That's interesting.
There we go, right on cue. Thank you, Ravers. I mean, that's a seriously impressive time.
That is as if he's driving on a dry track. With the commitment he must have had just then to attack Ascari and secondly that second chicane and Parabolica in fact.
Oh, some board of Borcata, our newest recruit to the division, has had a bit of a spin on Ascari. He's onto the podium's teammate in the Renault. Is he sporting any wing damage? Yes he is, so he's going to have to come in. I imagine Shea will fancy his chances tonight. He's pretty good in the wet.
He is.
He can be very good in the wet. Yeah. Okay, lovely. I've just been reliably informed that it's going to be a dry race, so that's good to see. Oh, Shea's run very wide on the exit of Ascari. Possibly an invalidation, I'm not too sure. Only time will tell. It hasn't been the most clean lap in the world, so I don't think it's going to trouble Ravers at the top. But we'll see, yeah, Parabolica.
only person I can see trouble in Ravers is well, Stim, Scuba, and Garni, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I mean,
if
he's gonna hate me, but I don't think Connor or Podium has it in the tank to find what a good 6/10 out
yeah,
there.
well, we'll see. You know he's going to be listening, so I'm sure your mind games are going to play well on him.
Oh,
So we've got
he
four.
loves it when I do it. He
Yeah, I
loves
know.
it.
I reckon the poll time tonight's going to be about a 29.7, something like that. That's what I'm going to go for. But I'm on board with Sparix now in his second race as a permanent driver in the division. He's come around the second Lesmo now. A little bit wide on the exit. He's not losing too much time. Flies down the second DRS straight into Ascari. Nice and early on the brakes. Cuts the corner nicely. Ooh, bottled it on the throttle a little bit through there, but nevertheless, he took the line, was very good. But yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, really, really impressive from, wow, Smertens, 130.3. He's put himself between Stim and Scuba.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, this could certainly be a mix-up this evening. It's good to see Si up there. He's not had the best of luck in the division.
I don't want to put the commentator's curse on it, but Si, you might be my dark horse for tonight. Don't let me down.
Well, I've been
If
playing.
you do, there'll be repercussions in the chat.
Yeah, exactly. I've been tipping Ravers all week, and which I've informed you of several times. So,
Several times today, yes.
yep. So we shall see. So the only people not to set times at the moment is Tice, who's retired in the garage. I think he's wanting to play it conservative and start from the back. And then we've got Borkata, Bully Boy, and Shayo.
I mean, I'm currently running on board with Podium right now, and by the looks of it, he looks confident. He's got a bit of traffic behind him, but that won't bother him. Looking in front, doesn't seem like there's any traffic in the foreseeable future to bother him right now. But interesting to see because he's currently running with just under 6 laps of fuel.
Oh right, okay.
So, unless he's either heavily overfueled his car on purpose, or completely forgot to change his fuel load, we'll have to wait and see.
Oh, Bully Boy's gone too deep into Ascari. Struggling to set a time. He's doing well in the championship, so
I think that might be a invalidation by Podium there. Go wide at the exit of Ascari.
so we'll see. Just on board of Borkata at the minute. But nobody's troubling Ravers at the moment, and he's on another flyer. Oh, I think that's a bit too much of a cut from Borkata there. This could be another invalidation. There is a yellow in sector 1. Ravers has come around Parabolica. Can he improve on his time? Nope, not by the looks of things, but he's got a red ball just in front of him. And that is Raikkonen, I believe. So let's hope it doesn't affect Ravers too much, because they're both going to be on flying laps. I mean, it will pull Ravers along, but he's going to have to be very, very careful being so close.
So Si's feeling confident. He's retired, unless he's binned it somewhere. It's Matt. Matt Cause is retired. He's down at 14th.
Yeah, well, I'm just following Ravers, and he is close to Raikkonen. Just hope it doesn't jeopardise him too much, because he seems to be on a pretty good lap at the moment. There's a Haas. I think that's Matt's retired car. Ah, one of the Haas drivers. Who's that? He had a bit of a
There's a
wobble.
William in the background.
Yeah. One of the, it was Rich coming down the second DRS straight. Had a bit of a wobble and it put Ravers off of his lap massively. So I don't think Ravers is going to be able to improve, unfortunately. Yeah, Ravers is retired. He's going to be really disappointed with that because Stim's on a flyer. Bully Boy's gone up into third of a 130.3. But whether Ravers can keep pole remains to be seen. But Stim's coming along the long straight now, just before Parabolica. Qualifying is over, so this will be the last lap everybody can do. Stim, bit of a slide, adjusts himself nicely. I think he's going to improve here. He does, 29.8. So I think Ravers will be quite annoyed because he looked like he was on quite a good lap there. I think we might have to have a look at that afterwards, but we shall have to wait and see. So, where is Scuba? Scuba's just flown out the exit of Ascari. Welcome along to everybody in the chat.
Right now.
Yeah.
So he's just under 3 tenths up.
Nice.
I don't know if that's on his. Don't know if that's on his time or if that's on the pole time.
Scuba's coming across the line. Scuba goes quickest, 29.8. Just beat Stim by 200ths of a second. Sorry to jump in there, mate.
It's alright, buddy. But it'd be interesting to see how Connor can keep this through Parabolica.
Yeah, just on board him now.
Throttle.
Coming across the line, does he improve? I think he will.
Gears. He's going to improve, but it's only 7th.
Only 7th. Okay. So the order looks like this. So we've got Scuba and Stim on the front row, the only guys to get into the 29s. I think Ravers would have joined them. But nevertheless, fantastic performance from Ravers with a 130.1. Bully Boy alongside him on the second row with Smertins, who's had a great qualifying, and Pagani on the third row. Then we've got onto the podium and Shea in 7th and 8th respectively. And unfortunately the screen has gone off, so I will tell you the rest of the running order in just a second. Okay, so 9th and 10th is Raikkonen and Tezo, who's had a good qualifying. Steph just behind in 11th with Chris Bean alongside him in 12th. Rich in 13th with Sparix in 14th. Matt Cors and Clarkey, the last guys to set a time. Borcata just didn't have the luck this evening. Retired in the garage, so that rounds off the 18 drivers that we've got. Now we've got 5 seconds until the race session begins. Who are you tipping for the win tonight, mate?
Race win, I'm tipping Stim, but to battle through the field, I am strongly looking at Connor and Sai, so that's going to be my podium.
Okay.
What about you, fella?
I think Scuba and Stim will take this to the very end, and whoever gets the final podium spot remains to be seen. I think it could be any of the guys around, any guys sort of down towards Shea, I reckon. So it could be Pagani, Bully Boy, Connor, Shea, and Smertins. So I think it could be any of those guys, but I think it all depends on how the first couple of laps go, because if people can keep themselves out of trouble, especially turn 1 and 2, because it's so congested in Italy, I expect we're going to see at least 3 or 4 guys pitting at the end of lap 1, possibly even worse. But we'll have to see. But if you want to keep an eye on the middle of the pack for me, mate, it is showtime. Okay, so we are 3, 4, 5 lights in Monza.
5 red lights.
And away we go. Bully Boy's got a jump start, as well as Ravers as well, I think. Yeah, Ravers and Bully Boy both had a jump start, unfortunately. But we're going to see much carnage going to the first couple of corners. Everybody looks quite sensible. There's a little bit, I can see a little bit of wing damage flying off, but it all looks fairly clean. And now we've got a few guys going 2 or 3 wide. We've got Shea, who's had a good start up a couple of places. Ravers is going to be fuming because I think he must have gone when Bully Boy went. We've got onto the podium and Shea going side by side.
Oh, bit of bumping and grinding there by people at the back. Going from, it looks like Tether seems to have a bit of
Stim's off.
Stim's off?
Stim's off. Wing damage, front right. Starting on the medium tyres as well, so that's completely ruined Stim's strategy. I'm not too sure what happened, and there might have been some contact, but I imagine Ravers is going to have to pit, so Scuba's going to take the lead, and Smertins has had a great start into P3 for provisional P2, I believe, and Bully Boy is going to have to jump in the pits as well. So Shay is going to profit from him on the super soft. He's having a look up the inside of Parabolica. Yeah, Bully Boy lifts off. Shay gets the move done. Lovely move. So Shay is on the absolute charge at the moment.
Bully Boy's into service penalty.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ravers has got one. Other than that, he must have just had an unbelievable start. But I'm sure there was 2 people that jump started. So Stim's into the pits and books out a 5-second stop go as well.
I will have a quick look for you.
Thank you. If not, it's been an unbelievable start from Ravers.
Yeah. Ravers drive through.
Oh, he's going to be gutted.
We have a drive through for Ravers and Bully, who are both serving now. Both for jump starts.
Okay, well, Pagani's held position in P6. He's got moving up. Borcata's up 7 places now. So he's had an unbelievable start to the race in his first full-time race in FTRL. So fantastic job from him. And there's some close battles here between Tezza, Raikkonen and Steph going into Ascari. Everyone moving up other than 4 drivers who have lost out on positions, but I imagine Ravers is going to come into the pits and he's going to have some serious work to do now, so he's going to be gutted. But Stim's just got a 3-second time penalty as well, so Stim's having an absolute nightmare.
Stim, all you've got to do is keep your head back, keep your head focused, keep your head focused, get it back in the game.
And get your words out. Oh, there we go, and he's DNF'd. So, not too sure what's happened there. Going to have just a look in just a second, as Raikkonen was having a look. Yeah, Stim's lost the wheel.
He's binned it.
Yeah, he's lost the wheel, unfortunately. Anyway, Ravers has stayed out again. So I think he might have been quite sensible, waiting for any carnage to unfold behind him before he takes his pit stop. Reasonably sensible, but I mean, you can look at it both ways. Anyway, we're going to go down to prototype Steph, as he is on the back of his good friend Tezza in the battle for P8. Oh, very interesting start to the race, Dale. Shay is absolutely flying. He's a 10th behind Smertens. Now we're going to go on board with that battle. Hopefully there's nothing silly. Shay's gone up the inside. Yep, Smertens just holds off. Shay up into P3. Scuba next on his list, so Shay's in provisional P2. Onto the podium's had a good start as well.
Well, we've got Shay and Sire both on the super soft first, so we're going to have to pit.
Yeah, they are.
What? Between 7 to Oh no, it's what? That cannot be right.
Shay goes quick as Ravers is into the pits to serve his drive-through, so we'll see where he comes out. But I think, unfortunately for him, it's going to be right down towards the bottom end of the field. Oh, Smertens gets Shay back. Shay going around the outside of turn 2. Lovely move. What a move from Shay. One of the overtakes of the season in my eyes, to be able to hold it around there. Beautiful job. And now what that has done is it's pushed Smertens back a bit and is now under pressure from onto the podium.
With on the soft tyre. Aaron, buddy, can you just do a favour and look at the just bring up the telemetry and see what the pit window would be for the Super Soft? Because
it's saying on mine 18 to 21. I don't know why.
Yeah, saying it says 18 to 21 for mine as well.
No, I think it's saying it for everybody though. Yeah, every single person it's saying it for. 17 to 21 or 18 to 21. Okay, so let's go down the field and go back on board with Ravers Revenge, who has come out the pits on the mediums and is now putting Tice under pressure. Tice is going to move over slightly, allows Ravers plenty of room. Ravers corner cuts here, so that's going to be a warning for him, but he's going to be a man on the charge now. The only thing that I can say that will actually benefit Ravers is the fact that everyone is still really, really close on track. So it's going to enable him to close up to people pretty quickly because of the battles going on. And just as we say that, Raikkonen is steaming past Pagani going into turn 1. They're going to go side by side, be a little bit of contact. Yeah, nothing really can be done there. They're going 3 wide. Tezza's tried to join in on the action, but Okay, this is going to be an interesting one. Pagani and Raikkonen going side by side down to the second chicane, and Clarkie's retired. Unfortunately, I think he might have lost it somewhere. We'll check that shortly. We can't take our eyes off this battle at the moment. Pagani gets the inside line, corner cuts quite drastically. Nevertheless, keeps his move. Okay, so we've got a four-way battle for P5 at the moment. Pagani under some serious pressure, but well, I think at the moment Scuba's in control. 1.2 seconds clear, is on the medium tyres as well.
Yeah, but however, there is quite a battle forming between Shea Osai and Connor.
Yeah.
Connor's going to be looking to get in front of these two guys before we have to pit. Because he knows that he's going to have to catch up to Scuba if he's got any chance of winning this race.
Yeah. I agree completely, mate. Right, we've got Matt Cors coming up to the back of Chris Bean. Shea sets another fastest lap, so Shea really is on the charge. I've not seen a Sheo like this for some time, so let's hope he gets rewarded with a nice points finish. He certainly needs it in the championship. Our Bully Boy's gone. Is it Ascari? Yes, it is. No ABS. Maybe that's affected him a little bit. But Matt Cors on the back of Chris Bean again. Sorry, he's got past him. My mistake.
Chris Bean is all over the back of Matt Cors.
Yeah. Well, Matt Cors has just got past, so we'll have to wait and see. Keep an eye on that battle. But 3 DNF so far. Unfortunate. But I must say, the top 4 are driving absolutely exceptional at the moment, and I'm really liking this battle from Pagani downwards because it's starting to queue people up now. Ravers is massively on the charge.
Yeah, he's still sat at 13th, but we know what Ravers is like, especially you, with how close good mates you are with him.
Yeah, exactly. Right, Borcata's just had a look up the inside of Steph, but he's not made it stick. But Borcata showing some good pace here. He's up 9 places already, so he certainly looks certainly looks in his comfort zone. Got a beautiful helicopter shot. Going down a start-finish straight. Hopefully he doesn't take a stupid dive into turn 1. No, he sits behind Steph nicely, which is good to see. So a lot of action going on. Guys in the chat, is the game volume slightly too loud, or can you hear us perfectly clear? You can just let us know, because I'm not sure whether I adjusted the audio mix correctly.
Knowing you probably didn't.
No. So we'll have to wait and see. See if there's any comeback. Anyway, Borcata or Steph's run wide. Has he got any damage? No, he's not. But he lost it on the second Esmo, and Borcata's gone up to P8. Wow, he's properly on the charge. Tesla's just picked up a 3-second time.
He's on those super soft tyres for Borcata, so he's got to be on the charge.
Yeah, he certainly has. Cool. Oh, Bendel's watching. Welcome along, Bendel, mate.
It's nice to have you again, Bendel.
Yeah, I've been trying since we started FTRL to get Bendel on board. So one of these days he'll give in. But I hope you're all good, mate. Thank you for watching. Right, we have got to Raikkonen and Pagani going side by side into turn 1. Could be a repeat of a couple of laps previous, and it has been. Pagani's just squeezed Raikkonen out. Not too much wrong with it. There's not really enough room for 2 cars around there, unless you are Shea.
No.
But Shea is closing up on Scuba now. The gap is down to half a second.
So, Scuba must have had a moment there somewhere then. Because he was running quite comfortably before... he was running quite comfortably.
Yeah, it certainly was.
Unless Shale is turned the wick up a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Scuba's on the medium tyres and Shea's on the supers, so you would expect Shea to be catching up. Right onto the podium, who's just gone past Smertens on the entrance to Ascari. So that's promoted him. Could he be on for another podium? No pun intended. Connor, don't lose your temper. But Smertens is going to have a look back at him going into Parabolica. His straight line spin's very, very good. Smertens could have been a bit more risky there, but two admins, you don't want to cause problems. Smertens' left front tyre is starting to look slightly blistered, so I don't think it's going to be too long before he pits.
Well, Shale's got past the Scuba.
Wow. Smertens later on the brakes. Connor covers the line nicely.
Scuba. I cannot believe. What am I saying? Shale, honestly. I want to know who's lit the fire underneath Shale today.
Wow.
Absolute game changer today from Shale.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're only on lap 9, but like you were saying, this is the Shale we have not seen in a long time.
Exactly, it's a Shale that we love to see though. Deserves a bit of good fortune. But I mean, like I said, we'll have to wait and see how much of a gap Shea can pull on Scuba, because he's going to have to pit soon, and I imagine he will go into the mediums and see it out to the end of the race, but only time will tell. We've got Mr. Consistent in second place, the championship leader. I mean, they are teammates after all, so there could have been a bit of team orders there somewhere possibly. Scuba would have seen that they was on different tyres. I think Shea might come into the pits this lap. No, he's not. He stayed out.
No, he stayed out.
I reckon maybe. I mean, Borcatta's pitted from the Super Soft, so I mean, I think it's going to be within the next lap or two. Okay, the closest battle on track. Right, Raber's Revenge is right up the back of Rich. So let's see how this one pans out. The guy who unfortunately affected his qualifying, so I'm sure Raber's is going to want to get past, but it looks like he will. On the start finish straight, very, very close. Ravers goes to the outside, very close on contact. Right, Rich has just lagged randomly and lost a wheel, so I've got that on stream. That was nothing to do with Ravers, unfortunately. Well, I say fortunately, I suppose, not unfortunately.
I was going to say, we don't want no conspiracies here.
No conspiracies in FTRL, I promise. Unfortunately, Rich has retired.
Not at all.
No. So Ravers is up into P9. Tyche is sitting in the points again. So Smertens has got back passed onto the podium. And what has happened to Connor? Connor has got front left wing damage. So I imagine Connor is going to go into the pits and put on the medium tyres, because there's no way you can carry on like this. The trouble is he going to lose out even more? Because he's got Raikkonen right up behind him. He's not going to know what's gone on. Raikkonen has got past Pagani. Right, Connor needs to hold this and go into the pits. If he doesn't do that, then he's going to put himself under serious pressure, and he has done exactly that. So it's a shame, because Connor could have been on for another podium, but what that has done is it has put Smertens up into P3 with a 4-second gap. Oh, there's a lot going on. Pagani's got back past Raikkonen, they're going to go side by side again. These two have been like a couple of magnets in this race.
I think we could say the same about Shale and Scuba.
Yeah.
I know we used to see Mercedes dominance in real life, but
they're taking a mix tonight, aren't they?
It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird seeing it in game form.
Exactly right. This is a fantastic battle. Oh, okay, now I say that Pagani's gone off. Cheers, Pagani.
Oh, for God's sake, why do you have to do this every single time?
Oh,
guys, we've got a battle!
Yeah.
And 2 seconds later, it has to go off.
Commentator's curse, unfortunately. Right. What I will say, though, is the my 3 Cockney compatriots, Smertens, Tezza and Steph, are in the top 6. So they are doing extremely well tonight, and it's good to see both Ferraris up towards the top end of the grid, because they're not having the best season overall in the constructors. So, but this is certainly the battle to keep an eye on. I'm really surprised Shea stayed out again. Is he going to try and take this and go onto the softs? I think
he will.
Yeah, I think he'll pit end of this lap, and I think he'll go into the softs. But oh dear. Okay, Tezza and Steph have had a severe collision apparently. Not live.
Yeah, I caught that at the end of this stream, at the end on my stream.
And they're
But
both going to have to replace their wings. So I'm not too sure what's happened, but one of them's not happy with the other one, I can tell you that much. Steph's got a 5-second stop go, so he's going to be gutted for that. And what that has done is put Ravers back up into P4. So out of nowhere,
Christ the Lord above.
so we've got the 2 Mercedes on the front row, Raikkonen in the Red Bull in 3rd, and we've got the 2 Toro Rosso drivers in P4 and 5. So has Smertens just pitted? He must have done. Yes, he has.
He is down in 6th. He is, yeah, he's on the medium side. He is pitted.
Okay, so Shea is smart. Shea will come into the pits this lap, put on the soft tyres and go to the end. If he does that, he's going to come out possibly 4th or 5th. No, Shea, what are you doing? You're taking the supers too long. The softs will definitely get you to the end with good pace from now. You've got to pit at the end of this lap. Because they're going to be high amazing around Italy. Right, Ravers is on the mediums, but I very much doubt he's going to be able to get those to the end, considering he pitted on, well, he pitted on lap, it's going to be touch and go, but I think he'll try and do it. Oh, this is, I mean, Carwell's in the stream, and he's just said it's going to be a good strategic battle until the end of the race. You still there, Dal?
I am still here, don't worry.
Just making sure, mate. Just making sure.
I haven't disappeared, don't worry. I'm still here. No, I've got some stuff in the pipeline coming up. So literally, I'm trying to multitask, but it's not working. I've got one eye on my TV looking at the stream, and then commentating with you, and one eye on my phone trying to sort details out. It's like, I've gone boss-eyed so many times. But
okay.
It is looking like a very, very smart, and Shea with him. So he's got to be going to the top. But as Carwell has said, this is going to be a very strategic battle.
It is indeed.
And
right.
if Shea can pull this off, you think about it, 14 laps, soft tyres. These first 6 laps, maybe 7 laps, are going to be incredibly vital for Shea if he wants to win this race.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Well, Shea's rejoined in P5, so he's got Pagani 5 seconds up the road. I don't think Pagani will make life too difficult for him. So if Shea keeps this clean, Shea is in with a very good chance, should I say, of a race win, because it's going to be close. He's going to be gaining on Scuba as Scuba's mediums start to fare off, but then Scuba's going to be on fresh supers at the end. So, and I know Shea won't give up that race win if he's in with a chance of it, I can tell you that much. But Ravers up into P3, pulling away from Pagani. Pagani needs to stop, obviously. So do you reckon that Ravers will be able to take those mediums to the end? He pitted at the end of lap 3. So can he take the mediums 24 laps, do you reckon?
Has he actually pitted?
Yeah, he
Ravers
pitted.
hasn't...
Oh, no, he hasn't. Sorry, no, he hasn't. I'm lying.
He hasn't pitted.
I was thinking about his drive-through. God's sake. Shocking commentary.
That was true.
Yeah, shocking commentary. Sack me.
I would, but that means I've got to find someone new. And also you host the stream, so... But I mean, if you're open to being sacked, I'm pretty sure I've got someone lined up in the background who wants to do it.
No, I'll pass on that. Anyway, right, we got onto the podium on the back of Matt Cause. Literally on the back of him. Look on board, DRS is deployed.
I've just got visions of Podium's car mounting the back of Matt Cause.
Yeah.
Like, it's physically on the back of him, it's like, oh crap, here we go.
Well, gets the move done. Nice move, good respectful driving from both.
Oh, definitely. Chris Bean has got past Pagani.
Yeah, Pagani's just pitted for the softs.
Yes. Raikkonen with a 3-second time penalty. It'd be interesting to see actually what penalties people have.
Yeah. I don't really want to look because I like the element of surprise. I know Carworld asked in the chat earlier on, but I like to have it all as a surprise at the end of the race. Well, you're more than welcome to look.
I'm actually just looking if our top 5 are ready.
Well, I know Ravers does have a 3-second penalty, but that's as much as I'm going to say. If Ravers pits, he's going to come out at a minimum P8, or when he pits, sorry. He's going to come out at a minimum P8, and then he's going to have to seriously put the hammer down.
It's Ravers though. You know how quick he is.
Yep, he certainly can be. But Pagani on those fresh soft tyres, he's going to be putting pressure on Chris now. He's got DRS deployed. But Chris's straight line speed looks seriously impressive.
That is, seriously. If that's the setup I think he's using, then he's going to be very quick down the straight.
Yeah, the 1-3 wings possibly. That's what I use.
1-3, maybe 1-4.
Yeah, I use 1-3.
But cornering.
Oh, I think Pagani tried to.
Very nice.
Yeah, I thought Pagani tried to sell him there with his line going into that chicane, but Pagani looks close. He needs a good exit. Oh, he gets it, but then he loses the front left of his wing. God, this is close between these two. Pagani's going to have a look. Oh, there's contact. Bad move from Pagani. He lets him back through. Fair play.
Yeah, but he's oh, that's a beautiful shot by the helicopter cam. Absolutely beautiful. Pagani's he's going around the outside of Parabolica.
With a broken wing.
With a broken wing?
Oh, lovely move. Great driving. This is what we like to see.
Chris has DRS though.
Yeah, and he's got better straight line speed, so...
That straight line speed of that Williams.
It's dangerous,
But
isn't it?
2014 all over again, but Pagani late braking, round the out.
What a move.
That is beautiful.
Oh, now Chris will switch back.
That is beautiful. Chris is coming back.
Oh, what a battle this is.
Days.
Don't pay for Sky Sports, everyone. Just watch FTRL every Monday and Tuesday. Oh no, not
Chris
there.
is going to send it up the inside. They're both going for it.
Oh, Matt Caw's there. Matt Caw's
is there.
Matt Caw's had a
He
wobble.
must have had it. I think he must have.
He's got half a wing.
He's
Oh, Pagani's lost the other half of his wing. Oh, Pagani.
Oh God.
I shouldn't laugh. Now we've got. Oh, they're going to go 3 wide. No, they're not. Yeah, no, Matt lets Chris through, or Chris just had better straight line speed there. Okay, and now they're closing up to the back of the vulnerable Tice in P9. Okay, Ravers has pitted and he's come out in P7. So, and he's only 2 seconds off of Borcata. Oh.
Matt's into the pits.
Yeah, Matt Caw's has come in. Is he going to retire? Hopefully not. Because you never know what might happen coming into the race. Yeah, Pagani's pulled 8 tenths on Chris now. So he's finally got the move done. Okay, Scuba has pitted and he's come out 2 seconds behind Shea. So we've missed that. So Raikkonen is still yet to pit, so Shea is the net leader of the race, but Scuba on the quicker tyre. Oh, this could be a battle to watch coming into the race, and Ravers has just got past Borcata. Gets it done. Ravers up into P6. And now he's 1.5 seconds behind onto the podium, who's on the mediums.
Right, so Raikkonen into pits. By the looks of it, P3, P4? P3, he comes out in P3, so Be
Well, I don't know.
interesting to see how
Smertens is
far
going to get
behind
past.
Smertens.
No,
Smertens has got him.
Yeah. So Smertens.
Ravers posted 1:27.8. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a race on our hands.
I'll tell you what. I was just thinking. It's good to see. A minute ago, we could see 5, possibly 6 of the drivers all on the start-finish straight, and we're at lap 19 of the Grand Prix. Out of the 27. So it's good to see. It shows that there is a real sort of level-paced field. I know obviously some things have happened, but I mean it's certainly good to see. I think Raikkonen is going to put Smertens under a lot of stress coming into the race, and now Scuba's only half a second behind Shea. Now will Shea pull over and let his teammate through? Rave is right on the back of onto the podium. Yeah, they need that for the constructors. Well, there's 2 battles going on now. We've got Ravers right up the back of onto the podium. Ravers with DRS going into Ascari. Earlier on the brakes. Cuts the corner nicely. Oh, Connor's had actually a very good exit there. Now Scuba's gone quick as he's right behind Shea. Oh, this is going to be close. Going into turn 1, what does Shea do? Shea fights back. Oh, shuts the door on Scuba a little bit. Oh, okay.
I'm getting visions of Bahrain 2014. One Mercedes on a quicker tyre. Shea is not giving up this position.
I just hope all Ravers later on the brakes to Connor. He's going to go for a switch back on him out of turn 2. Surely this is a matter of time. Connor is going to be a pain to get past. And Raikkonen's only 8 tenths behind Smertens. I bet Scuba is swearing inside that helmet. So we have got 2nd, 4th and 6th all on super softs, and then 1st, 3rd and 5th all on harder compound tyre, well, soft and medium tyres, but they're all under serious pressure. Ravers has got past onto the podium, I believe. Yes, he has. So Ravers gets that move done. Scuba's got past Shea around the outside of Parabolica.
But I think the question should be who has the DRS?
Yeah, who's it gonna be?
It's Shea. Shea's got the DRS. Oh my days.
Scuba holds it off nicely. I think he might get away from Shea, but I don't think Shea will make it too easy for him. Raikkonen is side by side with Smertens now. He's quicker on those tyres, I think. Lovely helicopter shot. Yeah, Raikkonen gets the move done up into P3. He'll be happy with that. I think he's the only person to finish in the points every single race in Division 2 so far this season.
For Sai?
No, Raikkonen.
Raikkonen. Well,
Okay.
currently we're on the board with Scuba right now. He's still got well over a lap's worth of extra fuel to burn.
Yeah,
He's running enriched mixture.
Yeah, Shea's in rich as well, but I mean, what these guys have got to look at, I know Shea's going to be gutted because I think he maybe felt he could have got a win, but I think it'll be hard to look past Scuba now. But the positive Shea can take out of it is it's by far his best result of the season, and it will fill him with loads of confidence going into next week's race.
Oh, definitely.
So, other than that, it's starting to calm down a little bit now. The question is, will Ravers catch up to Smertens? He's got 3.3 seconds to make up in 5 laps. Smertens is on the mediums and Ravers is on fresher super softs. So I think that's a battle to watch out for as well. A lot could happen by the end of this race.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't even get my words out.
Well, Ravers has got the gap down to 2.6 seconds. So he's definitely going to be on the back of Smertens, but it's just a case of how quickly can he do it. And when he does, can he create at least a 3-second gap? Because that's what he has in terms of penalties. I'm not sure whether Smertens has any, but I don't want to know. Scuba's just got a 3-second time penalty.
This is going to be interesting.
Certainly is. You've got Tezza, who's within DRS range on Borcata now in the battle for 7th. And Tice is currently running in the point still in P9. Pagani's not had the best of luck this evening, unfortunately. Had a few collisions, a couple of spins. Not been his night, but he's still second in the championship, so... And for those that don't know, Pagani is FTRL Panini. Just got a new account. Okay, there's a yellow in Sector 2.
It's Pagani.
Is...
Oh no, it was Pagani has another 3-second time penalty.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay, Tezza's got past Borcata. Oh, now they're exchanging blows. They're going side by side. Oh, Tezza needs to move over a bit there. Borcata gets him back. Tezza going for the outside line into the second chicane. Borcata holds position. Tezza does look quicker at the moment. But again, this could be a battle to the end. It's a shame for Steph actually, because he was running really, really well in this race. Tezza needs a good exit. Oh, he gets one. DRS he's going to have. This will be Tezza's move, I'd imagine. Ravers gets another 3-second time penalty, so that could cost him. Yeah, Tezza gets the move done. Great move. Chris Bean gets a 3-second time penalty. Easy to do around Monza, but Ravers could be within DRS range of Smertens now, depending on when the activation point was. So we will just double check that now. No, he hasn't, so he's going to have to wait. But he will certainly have it soon. Onto the podium, lurking in the distance. Tezza and Borcata are going at it again. Borcata's straight line speed looks very, very good. He's taking a bit of a dive. Gets it done. Oh, there's a half spin. Borcata has front left wing damage. But he's got back past Tezza. Quite aggressive. But it looks clean enough. Raver's revenge. He could actually drop down to P6 by the end of this race because of penalties. Because onto the podium is only 2.5 seconds behind. Raikkonen's just got a 3-second penalty, so depends on how many more he's got. Smertens could actually still get a podium if he puts his foot down. Ravers should have him. Up, start, finish straight. If he gets a good exit, he does. Smertens goes wide. Yeah, easy move for Ravers. Now he needs to somehow find 6 seconds in 3 laps. So it looks like it's going to be a Mercedes 1-2. Just trying to keep an eye.
It does look that way.
Yeah, keep an eye on Tezza and Borcata at the minute, because that's still going on.
Well, Raikkonen and Ravers are both on the super soft, so there is no tyre advantage. However, Ravers, I don't know. I don't think he's got this. Raikkonen could be on for a podium here.
Yeah, but I mean, Ravers does have at least 6 seconds of penalties, because I've seen him get at least 2. I think Raikkonen's got 1. I'm not too sure whether Smertens has 1. I don't think Onto the Podium has. So yeah, I think there could be a couple of position changes coming into this.
I do believe Connor has a 3-second time penalty.
Oh, he does, does he? Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough indeed. So I think Smertens will get the position off of Ravers, unless Ravers has an incredible last couple of laps. but nevertheless a good recovery drive. If he didn't have that drive through, Ravers would have been right up there tonight with Scuba and Shay with the way he's driven.
Oh, definitely, most definitely.
Oh, I suppose he's had a wobble.
I mean, it was, well, it was without a doubt that Scuba was good. Well, I don't want to feel like a dick saying this, but it's Scuba. I mean, Mr. Reliable, the guy that's not finished outside the podium, I believe, this season.
His lowest finish is second.
And he's on course for what is going to be, what, his fifth or sixth?
Sixth race win of the season. He's come second twice, and he's won 5 as it currently stands.
I'm getting flashbacks of the Sebastian Vettel era.
Yeah. Well, it seems to have quietened down now. I think it's just going to be a keen watch to the end of the race. What Smertens needs to do, I'm not too sure whether Smertens has a penalty, I don't really want to know, but he needs to not let Ravers get outside of that 3-second window in terms of a result for himself. So he needs to have the lap of his life. Okay, on to the final lap we go. We currently have Scuba just come out the second, Lesmo coming down to Ascari to probably take his 6th win of the season. Volcata gets a 3-second time penalty. Tice, it looks like he's just going to miss out on the points, depending on Matt Cause's penalties. But it's this man Scuba. Onto the podium, gets another 3-second time penalty on the final lap. But it's this man Scuba coming around the final corner, takes the race win, 6th win of the season, extends his gap even more at the top of the driver standings, and his teammate Shayo, amazing performance from him. Started from 8th on the grid, finishes in P2, and Raikkonen gets his first podium of the season, up 6 places as well. Fantastic drive from him. And Ravers is in 4th. Does Smertens have a penalty? That is the question. No, Smertens finishes 4th. Ravers in 5th, onto the podium in 6th place. Tezza going to get, I believe, his joint best result of the season, coming home in 7th. Good stuff from him. Drove really, really well. And Volcata on his debut, weaving over the line, comes home in P8. Good result for him on his debut, up 10 places. Oh, Chris Bean had a bit of a wobble coming out Parabolica, but crosses the line. Gets another points finish. Finished in the points in every single race he's had so far. So, Mr. Consistent. And Matt Cause is going to come home in 10th. But Tice gets him on penalties. So Tice gets himself another point. Any final comment on the race, Dale?
I'm lost for words. Scuba, I've got to agree with you on that one. That was a very nice message to put in the chat. It was well and truly a Merc domination today.
Certainly was. We see the drivers spraying the champagne about. Got an Irishman, a Welshman, and a Polish man on the podium. Sounds like the start of a bad joke.
Sounds like the start of a very bad joke.
Shay actually didn't get any penalties either, so that's really, really impressive from Shay. We've already run through the final, final 10. Then we've got Matt Cause in 11th, and then we had Prototype Steph in 12th and Pagani in 13th, and then we had 5 retirements. Unfortunately, the 2 Force Indias, and then we had Stim, Clarkey, and Rich as well, which was a bit of a weird lag incident. Driver of the day for you?
I mean, there's no doubt in it. It's got to be Shea.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, I also feel like a few guys deserve a mention.
Borkata.
Obviously, Scuba. I mean, Borkata, yeah, on his debut, up 10 places. What could have been for him. Tez has had a great race. Ravers as well, good recovery drive. Smertin's best result of the season for him, and obviously Raikkonen as well, profiting the same amount of positions as Shea. But I think Shea just gets it on the fact that he got up to second and didn't have any penalties by the end of the race. So, but yeah, so that brings an end to round 8, Division 2 of FTRL of season 4. Thank you everybody for watching this evening. I hope you enjoyed the race as much as we did. And come and tune in tomorrow night for Division 1. And come and support your two Toro Rosso boys. And let's see if we can get ourselves some decent points in Division 1. So cheers for your time tonight, Dale, mate. Really, really appreciate it.
It's alright, buddy.
Cool. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.